Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. I present to you the elusive 2022 Beta 300RR Race Edition. My goal for this video documentation series is to go into a 5-part series where part 1 will go over the basic details and options that come with this bike versus the standard 300RR, and then part 2 and up will actually be what I love about the bike, my experience with the bike so far since its release, and also my dislikes, which will also go into a troubleshooting diagnostic guide. So if you own one of these bikes or own anything like this bike, well, I'm here to tell you I have some tech tips that I'm going to bring right from my own shop as well. And also we're going to do a slew of add-ons, and then we'll go into adjustments and how to make this the perfect machine, whether you're going to use this for endurocross, motocross, or even just get into some basic hair scrambles and hard enduro. So let's get started. So right off the bat, Beta offers all their models a 6-month warranty. And yes, you heard that right, 6 months. Typically it's 30 days. It's a fantastic warranty, and Beta really stands behind their machines. Now, there is a big difference between the standard Beta and the Race Edition 300RR. So notably, let's just go into the basics. So both models, the 300RR and the 300RR Race Edition, both share the same engine. A lot of people think the engine is different. It's actually not. Now for 2022, they did upgrade these motors. So in 20 and 21, these motors were fantastic. These motors had 0 issues and they were extremely reliable, and people have put hundreds of hours on them. But Beta, just to make it so there's a little less low end and more mid to top end, they made the motor more linear and smoother. And they did that by actually upgrading the power valve. They changed the crankshaft, the bore, and they changed the head. They even upgraded the spark plug. So those were the major changes they made, and it is very, very noticeable. Now, the standard 300RR does come with oil injection, which means you have to put oil in a small tank under the seat, and then you put straight gas in the gas tank, and the bike will mix it for you. On the Race Edition, this model does not have that. There is no oil injection system. You have to pre-mix your own oil, which gives you better control, and then you mix your own ratio as well. So those are the biggest differences, if anything. Now, another thing that they share the same is that they both came with the new diaphragm style clutch. Now, there's a 3-way adjustment that's on that clutch, so you can change the pull to your liking. That's another thing that they both share. Both these bikes share the same braking system. So for instance, they come with the premium Nissan brakes and the Golfer rotors, front and rear. The same thing that they share is the rear shock. They upgraded and revalved the shock, especially mainly because of the Race Edition, because they changed the valving in the KYB and the Race Edition, which is actually the biggest difference between both those models. So their standard 300RR comes with the Sachs fork, which is more of an open cartridge design. This KYB, which is a premium fork, I should say, is actually, technically it's a 48 millimeter AOS closed cartridge fork system with full adjustability. And they actually changed it for 2022 to make it so it's not as stiff valving. And it is extremely noticeable what they did with it. And it works phenomenal, regardless if you're going to ride track, if you're going to ride hard enduro, or hair scramble, trail riding, single track, and so forth. So that is the biggest option. Now, let's get into, before we get into more of the details and what's offered with the 300RR Race Edition, the price difference. So with the standard one, the standard 300RR, it's about $9,700 US. If you buy this Race Edition, it's about $10,200. So if you do the math, that's only about a $500 upgrade. And you get a lot with that upgrade. And that's what we're going to hit off next. So the biggest difference is, like I said, the KYB fork. The next thing that you're going to get with that $500 upgrade is you're going to get the Beta handguards. Those are the bolt-on flags. You're also going to get the anodized shifter lever. You're also going to get these amazing billet forged pegs with the stainless steel pins. You also even get a full skid plate. Most manufacturers don't even come with a skid plate. It offers great front protection, side protection, but it does not come with the linkage guard. But overall, for trail riding,
This is great, especially for single track. This will work out perfect and you don't have to upgrade it. You also get this nice floral red chain guard, or chain guide, I should say. You also get the 2-part sprocket, half aluminum, half steel, made by ZF. The gearing on both the bikes is 14 front, 48 in the rear. And you also get the anodized chain adjusters. And on this side, I'll give another view of the anodized chain adjuster along with the standard Nissan brakes with the Golfer rotors. There's another view right there of the, the beautiful polished machined hub with the Tacasco XL rims with the black spokes. You can see a nice little view of that sprocket. Also, you get the black anodized brake lever. There's another view of those Beta forged pegs. You also get the frame guards, and they match on the model, so they're actually a nice bright red. You also get an updated silencer on both the models. They made it a little slender. It's actually very quiet. You also get this anodized axle pull, which is very handy when removing the front wheel. Just loosen the pinch bolts, take off the cap, grab that handle, slides right out, and then when you're ready to put it back on, slide it right back in. It does make the transfer a lot easier. With both the Betas, you also get the dash cluster. Unfortunately, the bike is not running, and I don't have it on at the moment. It actually shows the speed. It actually has a working odometer. It has a working hour meter. There's a timer built into it as well. You also can plate this bike. This bike comes with a active brake light and tail light. There is technically no directionals. You could add that, but it does have a working active headlight that's got high and low beam. And right here, it even comes with the controls, which is half the battle. You get the directionals, you get the horn, which actually does have an active horn, only works when it's running, high and low beam, and there's a flasher button as well. And like I stated earlier, that clutch is buttery. It's very, very smooth. You also get a nice little view of the beautiful machined triple trees. You can see the red anodized caps on the race edition on top of those KYB forks. You also get a map switch with a bright LED light function. So depending on what map you're in, so what happens is the power curve changes. It's not traction control, but it's kind of close to it. The rain cloud is perfect for wet, slippery conditions. And when you want the better power curve, so technically from low to mid, it's going to be the same on both maps. And then once you hit a certain level of mid to high, the rain cloud map is going to detune the bike just a touch, so you get better traction and less wheel spin, which is very important in all conditions. You also get this beautiful slender race seat. It is a great tread type seat. It's got some good grip to it. You even get the quick release. You just hit the little release, pop the seat. You get the twin air filter. There's a lithium battery since the bike is electric start. One thing about both models that you'll notice that there is no Kickstarter. You also have easy access to the air filter. They all have the labels like pull. Right there has the press, so you know exactly when to remove the seat, which is great to put the toolkit underneath there. And this access comes right off. Very easy peasy, very simplistic. It's actually fairly easy to install as well. I'll try it here with one hand and then pop that back on. Now, this bike doesn't come with fuel injection. Both models come with a Kean PWK 36mm, which is extremely reliable and very tunable. You also notice the engine. You see the powder-coated covers, which is a really nice touch. Comes with the plated arrow pipe. Very sharp looking. Get another look at the cover there. The red anodized on the shock. Nice little touch. And like I said, you still get the skid plate. So you get a lot of options. So on the race edition, there's a lot of options for the extra $500. Now, but that's not all. There's other options too. So when you buy the bike, you also get a number plate, right? In the matching floral red color. There's the fastener for it as well. My dealer actually gave me a bottle of two-stroke mixing oil, the Motel 800. They also gave me the gear oil too. So after the break-in, which it's broken in now, we got to change the gear oil. You also get the fluoro red wheel stickers, which are really sharp. I just didn't put them on yet because of the tires. Also, you get a toolkit. Beta gives you a tool pouch, Velcro, and I took the liberty to disperse these all in the box. So this is what you get. You get a T-handle, you get the pliers, you get the axle nut wrench with the spanner adjustment so you can set the sag in your bike, screwdriver, a couple of sockets, a Torx, and you get some Allen keys. You even get a additional power valve spring, which is standard. A lot of models come with these now. You also get a diagnostic cable, which is very specific to the electrical diagnostics of the bike because it is computer controlled. Also, this is mainly for the oil injection system that you would see on the standard 300RR. Also, Beta gives you a flash drive stick. So if the website's down, you can get all your data, all your service manual information right here on this thumb drive. Also, it comes with a set of keys. This bike also has a steering lock system for anti-theft. So if you're out and about and you walk away from the vehicle, you can lock the steering as well. I also received a owner's manual, a service manual with the bike. My dealer was nice enough to actually print out a amazing manual. It has all the jetting specs, everything that's necessary for the bike, all the adjustments. So he provided that as well, which is much appreciated. I don't think that's a standard item that they give you with the bike. And getting back to that, the power valve, since it had the power valve spring, this has an adjustable power valve. So between the jetting and the carb and that power valve, you can really dial this bike in, especially with the suspension. And the cool thing about that power valve is that it does take a regular hex key to adjust. Unlike some of the other variants, it takes a special square tool. This bike, you just use a hex key. You can easily change it. And Beta also offers a hand adjustable piece that goes right where that black adjuster is. And you can actually adjust it by hand, which is really nice. So the bike comes with a lot of options. And one of the best things I like about the bike is the linkage isn't that low. It does need some linkage protection, but you will notice it's not that low. And the pipe is very tight with the bike. So overall, this bike has a lot of options. And if it's something you're looking into, this will give you a really good overview of what this bike has and what it comes with. So far, this bike has met all of our expectations, and we are going into video 2. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe because that's the only way you're going to get the other videos. And I will go into detail on what I love about this bike and what I kind of dislike and what I have to change on it. But overall, it's been an amazing machine. It's been an amazing experience so far, and I'm looking forward to future adventures. So I hope everybody's chasing excellence. Thank you for your time. I hope everybody's doing well. Take care.